Today, I want to give you the first step to being successful selling merchant services. I don't care if you're an experienced agent with 10 years under your belt or this is your first day in the merchant services industry. This is the number one step that you have to start with to sell merchant services, and it is sound like an expert and projecting confidence. Now, I'm going to give you just a brief overview of this topic, but make sure you check out ccsalespro.com/steps to get my free ebook. No strings attached, nothing. Just want you to sign up for my email list. That's the only catch. Okay. So go to ccsalespro.com/steps, and I have a 30-page ebook on the 6 steps to selling merchant services. And why did I make this? Because when I got into the industry, I'll never forget pulling into the parking lot of that first little tiny barber shop. It was my first lead. And I walk in there. I felt like I was in, Andy Griffith or something, walking in there, and I was not met by the friendly Floyd from Andy Griffith. I was met by a obnoxious business owner who did not accept credit cards and did not ever want to accept credit cards. Moved on from there to my next lead, where I actually made a sale. My second lead, I was super excited, a little bike store. And as I look back on that experience over 10 years ago, I'm like, wouldn't it be great if someone would have shown me step by step what I need to do to be successful in this industry? So I thought maybe if I made that ebook, it's something that you might want to download. So check it out, ccsalespro.com/steps. What is step number 1? Sound like an expert. Our industry, for whatever reason, has no training. I mean, seriously, ccsalespro.com is kind of the beacon of light in terms of training in this industry, but it's amazing how little salespeople are trained. And so if you really want to get out in the field and be successful, small business owners, they require you to project confidence. If you're not projecting confidence to a small business owner, you're not going to sell them. Many times I deal with ISOs and they reach out to me and they're like, James, can you consult for us? What can we do? Because our salespeople, they seem excited. They seem to be ready to go. We do a webinar with them or something. They get out in the field and then we never hear from them again. What's happening? Well, I can tell you what's happening a lot of times is that those salespeople, they don't know what they're talking about and they don't feel confident. And so guess what? They don't open their car door and walk into the business because they don't want to look like an idiot. So if that's the case for you as an individual sales rep, you need to know what you're talking about, right? Why I made the ebook. So go download the ebook at ccsalespro.com/steps. If you're an ISO, that's why I make custom training that goes day by day for the first 20 days or so that your agents are working with you. And I'll make custom branded training just for you because every agent needs to understand what they're talking about. If you don't know what you're talking about and you're trying to sell merchant services, it's time to dig in and actually understand it, right? You need to understand what interchange is. You need to understand what a merchant statement is. You need to know how all of this stuff works. And if you don't understand that, I don't care if you've been in the business for 10 years or for 10 days, that is going to give you additional confidence and it's going to help you to identify opportunities that you otherwise would not have found. So again, step number 1 of the 6 steps, if you want to sell merchant services successfully, is you have to sound like an expert. So ask yourself that question when you're out in the field talking to merchants, do they perceive you as an expert or not? If they don't, that's a problem and you're going to have to stop right there because you need to sound like an expert. Now, does that mean that you need to spend the next 3 weeks reviewing my videos before you get out in the field and start selling? No, absolutely not. Okay, I would not advise that at all. In fact, most of my training programs, I try to take only 2 days to give you all the information you need to then get out in the field. We have our 6-week Jumpstart program where I do one-on-one coaching with individual agents, and we have 2 days of lots of video content, and then it's like, okay, now get out in the field. Same thing with ISO programs that I make. I try to get a couple of days worth of solid content, but now it's time to take action, and we're going to talk about that in step number 2, which I'm going to cover in the next video in this playlist.